Hi guys, welcome to another pickups video, stuff we've been kind of collecting and waiting for a while to do one of these because of the overload of media. With all the huge Laserdiscs and all that stuff, we decided we just keep pushing this one back and then it gets bigger every time we push it back. So we decided we might as well do it so it's not like an hour-long thing. But we'll start with our visit to Second and Charles a couple weeks ago.
Yep. We went to a place that we saw video that Pat the NES Punk was talking about. It's a place called Second and Charles. He was talking about some of their bad practices with video games, and that enticed me to go, even though probably shouldn't have.
They definitely, as far as that area, I don't think I would trust them as much, but they are good for a lot of other stuff. But for the books, they were great deal, and things that you don't have to know a lot about, like that, and records. They have a huge record area. You just go up these steps in the giant record rooms. Like, for things other than video games, we didn't buy any video games there, I don't think so. So, like, for other stuff, it was actually really cool, and we'd never been there before.
Especially because the area we live in has
there's
literally
nothing.
nothing.
So we went there and we found some good stuff, and one of the cool things was the free bin we were talking about. We found a couple things in the free bin, and one thing I found, and the free bin was kind of cool because I grabbed some stuff I wouldn't have grabbed if it was cost something, so it's kind of, ooh, free. But I was actually kind of excited. But hits of the 20s in LP, something like only I would want, but hits of the 1920s, that's pretty excited. And you got those in the free bin too, some comics.
I found some comics in the free bin, again something that I wouldn't necessarily pay for these.
Yeah, it's got some random stuff.
But this one looks really cool, Destiny.
Yeah, I like the art on that one.
And then another one called Rose. And these are the thicker ones, not the...
Yeah, they're nice papers, so it's not...
Nice
Yeah.
And then I Die at Midnight. It's an interesting 90s one.
Yeah.
And then we did get one regular papery one.
With Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man,
cool.
but for free.
Yeah, with the GameCube ad on the back. So,
exactly.
So you can get good stuff there, and I did pick up one record. There were some cool things there, and then that one was Goodwill, the other one. But I picked up one record at Second and Charles, but I got Sealed, No Doubt, Tragic Kingdom. So probably my second favorite album of theirs, but really cool to have for my favorite band, Sealed. That was nice. And the only other record we got was I eventually found at Goodwill. This is really cool. Merry Christmas, Judy Garland. So,
Big Judy Garland fan.
Yeah, if you see my videos, there's something Judy Garland in every other one, at least. So we found all those. And another great thing we found at Goodwill, like, get this craziness one out of the way, sticking out of, we always talk about going to the bargain room, there's just a bunch of dirty junk lying there, and you never know what you're going to be finding. Yeah, by weight, like, super cheap. And sticking out of it for, I think it ended up being $3 for weight, was this Beat to Shit NES with the cover door missing here, so dust was just like pouring on the inside, that type of thing. I mean, beat up, these horrible stickers look like from the early 90s, you know, they look like Saved by the Bell colors and things like that, and beat up, but for a couple bucks, I'm like, I trust this old stuff. Yeah, if I saw anything newer, like a PS2 in this shape, wouldn't touch it, but this, I'm like, alright, I'll use it for parts or something. Like, I took it home, and like, just on a whim, I plugged it in, put Super Mario Bros. 3 in without cleaning it, or like checking the pins, anything, and hit power, and after 3 tries it played, and I was playing Super Mario Bros. 3 for like an hour.
On that?
Yes, on this, without even, so I didn't clean it. I mean, I'm going to go, obviously, clean it up, take the whole thing apart, and like, restore the whole thing, but without doing anything, it just played, sitting there in this terrible shape. I mean, try that with, like a Wii U or something, or a PS4, forget about it.
No.
So, old stuff was built to last. And related to video games, we got only a couple recently. It's been more books and movies and stuff, but also Goodwill. Gran Turismo, complete with the manual and everything, so great PS1 racer. And you got these two.
Yep. So I had a gift card that I was going to use on Amazon, and I had a couple days off unexpectedly from work after working a lot. So I decided I really wanted a DS game, and I found this, and I decided to order Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
One of your favorite games.
One of my favorite games of all time on N64. And I paid for expedited shipping, which was your idea. It was a bad idea.
Well, because you had days off, so you'd have it for your days off. Expedited shipping, get it in play.
I paid more than I would have paid ever for something like that. And it took forever to get here. It got here on the last day.
Very last day, yeah.
But it said it would. And then I opened it, and I was so excited, because I wanted this for so long. And I don't know if you can see, but it has the Nintendo Selects label on there.
And you specifically went
to
make sure to check the right listing, the picture that was there, like everything,
the item number.
Yeah, the item number, everything to make sure it wasn't Nintendo Selects.
And it was listed as the original one, so I was really upset. And tainting my memories of this
Yeah,
beautiful
and we bought
game.
it new. Like,
We bought it new.
Played
It was
since, but yeah,
brand
bought
new.
it new. So
So I couldn't even open it because I was going to send it back. And so we contacted the seller, and she was very upset that because she didn't know anything about video games.
yeah.
So we educated her, and so she refunded all my money, and I got to
Let's
keep it
So
for free.
it was free. Legend of Zelda sealed. So that was cool.
That was really cool.
And then you used the gift card for some other stuff, and one
I
of them
did.
was another DS game.
One of them was Overlord Minions.
Spin-off of the like Wii and 360 Overlord games. I don't think they made any more of those after that.
I've played it a little bit. It controls kind of weird, but I like it. Seems like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
interesting game.
I want to try it just because the front reminded me of all those little minions
Yeah.
in the Dungeon Keeper. That's the only reason why I wanted
It's
to try
really
it.
cute.
But
So I
got
really like that.
those are cool. And do some movies here. This was cool. We tried to find the 90s, but we only found The Decade You Were Born, the 1980s. 4 hours worth of stuff about the 80s. All kinds of just facts about like gas prices, the population, movies that were popular, some political events, like all about just a course on the 80s kind of in a way, which is great.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, because my favorite decade, you've seen any of this stuff, it's my favorite decade easily, and that was awesome to have. Couldn't find the 90s, you wanted the 90s.
I really wanted the 90s.
Didn't have any copies.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, that's your favorite decade, 90s.
Yeah,
I'm
I love
80s.
90s.
And this is cool. I really like these Mill Creek, made for senior
Crappy,
citizens.
cheap.
Like 50 classic movies, Legends of Horror. So I have another one of theirs, which is the comedy classics from the 20s through the 70s, and this is just really B horror movies from just about every decade ever. But some good stuff. There's like Vincent Price and different stuff in here. Just lots of like B movies. You never know what you're gonna find in here. It's kind of like having your own Mystery Science 3000 episode, and you're watching these. And I love these things. They're cool. And it's like $4 usually for 50 movies. So that's a pretty good deal.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah. But I might as well do some books now because we have
Yep.
a ton of books of manga.
Yep. Second and Charles had a special sale when we went. All their clearance stuff, because they have a lot of clearance stuff, was buy one get one free. So I went a little crazy and I got some things, but
Yeah.
I didn't pay
Good
a
stuff,
lot.
good stuff,
So some of the ones we got X-Files. Yeah, I think we only got one X-Files book.
This time, yeah.
And this one was really interesting. I had to get it. It's an EverQuest book. And I didn't know they made EverQuest books. And
I'd never seen one either, which is weird.
I picked
don't
it
know
up
how-
for the
yeah.
art because I think the art's really pretty. But
Yeah.
it said EverQuest, so I had to get it for
Yeah.
50 cents.
Oh yeah. Nice to play a little bit of the original EverQuest. Like, that was cool. Cool memories.
And then I was really excited I found this for Stefan. Hercules.
Yes.
'Cause
Get my Sorbro on.
such like a bromance with him.
Yeah.
What else did we get there? That was not from there. Got some Mercedes Lackey. 'Cause you can never have too much Mercedes Lackey. Just kind of a staple in our house. Then also got 3 different Stargate Atlantis books, which was very exciting because we don't have very many of these. That one.
That's the Farscape one.
Oh, that's Farscape. We have another
Yeah,
one.
the
though.
there's another somewhere.
I don't know where it is.
So there's the third one.
There's
Sitting
the
over
third
there.
one?
Yeah.
We got,
So
and then
Farscape.
Farscape.
That was good to add that.
And then I saw a book and I kind of laughed at it and thought, who the hell would want this? And then I realized that my husband would want this.
Yes.
So I was very embarrassed, but I picked up
Yeah.
Sequest.
Either your father or me. Those would be the only 2 people out of any interest in
Doxer.
Sequest. Yeah.
Got a Babylon 5 book. And as I was checking out, the guy was kind of
Oh,
laughing at
what's this?
my
Yeah.
nostalgic
Every
fix.
like random sci-fi thing ever.
Got some other fantasy here. Mary Mitchell. Haven't read that. Haven't read anything by her. And then I got, this is by Douglas Niles, who I found out later wrote some, he did some things with D&D and
Yeah.
some Dragonlance he did, but I didn't recognize his name, but it just seemed like a cool fantasy series. And I
Yeah,
got
you
the
got 2 of
first
them,
2
right? Yeah.
at Second and Charles, and then the third one I picked up online when I got my credit for Zelda.
Yep. Yeah, so you're able to get a lot of stuff for that credit
Yeah.
then, so what's free Zelda. And you also got, this was too, wasn't it online?
That was online. We got some Firebird Fantasy, The Seven Towers. That was a cool one. Oh, in the free bin, I picked up Death of a Salesman.
Yeah, for free.
And it's just a cool looking version of
Yeah,
it. We already
yeah, so we
have
have
it, but
but we
it's
have
in really
different
good
ones,
shape, and
we have a different copy of it.
I really liked it.
Classic, yeah.
And it was free. We did pick up some other things. This was online. I purchased the third book in Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children series. Just saw the movie of that. And then we got, this was in the,
That was free.
that was a free bin too.
Yeah.
It was Robert Heinlein.
Yeah.
So,
That's our 4th version of that, but
Yeah.
I like that book.
you know,
I like that book. So yeah.
can't go wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
this we got
Printed
Second
a
in
million
Charles, I
times.
believe.
Yes, yeah, I think it's Second
I picked up
Charles.
another Conan
Yeah.
book for Stefan. And this was a free book too, and I've never heard of this publisher. It's called Quest Star.
Yeah, never heard of them either.
Never heard of it.
Star
but
Wolves.
Star Wolves, and just an old
Old
thing there.
sci-fi, so I'll devour that.
Yeah. And then at Goodwill, we found a Choose Your Own Adventure book #1, which was really exciting. We
Yeah.
can never find these. Does
They're
anybody
impossible.
remember
Yeah.
these? Or?
Yeah. It's weird because like it's like the 80s version of Goosebumps. Like they sold 1 million of them and they're in every elementary school ever.
Yeah.
But now you can't find them. You can find Goosebumps and like Animorphs every other day,
Well,
but those are just gone.
Can't always find Goosebumps.
Well,
That's a
but-
whole
yeah,
nother
yeah.
story. But
now that we're down to just a few that we need, but
but this is
those-
really weird. We can't find
Yeah.
these.
I know what
So we
happened to
have
them.
like probably like 6 or 7
Yeah.
of these, but
Yeah.
always looking to find
it's
more.
like they
of
all
those.
ended up in some like Nazi bonfire or something. They're just gone. They're just gone. But yeah, we'll move on. I guess take a break from books for a little bit because we have manga and stuff to some VHS. I'll let you show off this one because. Yeah.
This Stefan got me for my birthday. I've been super excited about this. It's one of my favorite children's movies ever by the Hallmark Channel, or Hallmark,
Yeah.
not Hallmark Channel, but Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer. This is like a must-have for any 80s and 90s child ever.
And a while ago, I found the first half of the original V miniseries in a box set, and now I found the box set of V: The Final Battle. It's a 3 VHS box set, so that's pretty cool to have there.
More VHS.
Yes, and Commando.
More
And
VHS.
Grabbed that because this is in like pristine shape, so I grabbed that one. This is kind of a cool oddity, but Oscar's Greatest Moments, 1971 to 1991. That's kind of cool. If you're a big like film buff, film collector like I am, this is kind of cool.
The
Otherwise,
only person
might
ever
not be
that wants
interested.
it.
Yeah, that's cool. And then 2,
This was
in
really
like
cool.
beautiful shape for these like old white the clamshells. They tend to yellow and break all the time, but 2 Sailor Moon movies. So that was really cool, and they were Goodwill, super cheap. So finding any anime on VHS is nice.
Oh, it's
And
exciting.
the last things for movie-related stuff, deluxe edition of Stargate.
One of my
So,
favorite
yep.
movies.
Now we have
Childhood.
2 versions of Stargate on Laserdisc now, because in the lot we got the regular version. This is the one with the extra 9 minutes of footage, and this one's cool because it opens up this way, the gatefold. Don't have very many yet.
Gatefold
Open
for
that way.
Stargate.
And the Santa Claus in good shape here, the nice case, like that movie. And 2 CEDs, Blue Thunder. First time I'd seen this movie. And Rear Window. This is a great Alfred Hitchcock classic. So some CEDs and laserdiscs there. And moving on to what, manga?
Manga. We got just a little bit of manga at Second and Charles, but they do have a pretty extensive collection.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
And we actually have like 3 or I think we have
Couple, yeah.
3 of this series. It's called World War Blue.
It's like
It's
a
very scandalous looking.
Sega
movie.
versus Nintendo parody manga
Yeah, it's
series.
really
so
interesting.
kinda
I
cool.
can't wait
Yeah.
to check that out. We got, because some of these were buy one, get one free. So we had to get an extra one. So we got Ragnarok. We have a couple, this is volume 4, but we do have a couple
Yeah.
in that series. And then one I was really excited for, we have I think 4 of them out of, I think it's 8 or 9 total. It's a manga series called Bizengast.
Yeah, which is an English language originally manga, isn't it?
And it's,
Or European,
yeah,
I forget. Is it English?
just kind of
Yeah.
really cool, quirky looking. And so I was really excited to find that because you never, ever, ever see it anywhere.
Yeah. And something in the free bin randomly, that thing.
Yeah, I found this kind of
It's a weird
stupid. I don't know what
Tokyo
it
Pop
is.
thing about Sailor Moon. Just
It
like
just
a
has some
guide to some of the
information.
characters. Yeah.
So I had to get it because it was free and
Yeah.
it had Sailor Moon, so I got happy with that. Another present from Stefan. I used to have like, I don't know how many of these. I had 1 million of these. It was a book on tape, and I had like all the Disney ones ever, Lady and the Tramp, and then I have the really cool cassette tape. So
Yeah. I probably had
can
like
listen
40
to
of
it.
those, but I don't think I had a single Disney one.
most of the ones I had were Disney.
Yeah, well, your house.
My house is a
anything,
shrine
anything,
to-
yeah, anything
to Walt
non-Disney
Disney.
is like illegal. Like it's smuggle it in. So,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then we got one more comic here. We found this one in kind of
At
a
Aldi's, yeah,
bargain place.
Wholesale
And it's
store.
another Farscape one. We do have a couple of these.
That's where we found all of them.
That's where we found all of them
So far, yeah.
But these are really cool. So
Yeah.
excited for that.
And then some strategy guides. These are at Second and Charles, and these I got both of them for, what was it,
50 cents
$2?
each.
50 cents each, so $1. Yeah. So $1. We got God of War 3, PS3 version there, and Legacy of Kain Defiance, the last Legacy of Kain game there. So yeah, 50 cents a piece, really good.
And then the last thing I have,
Yeah.
we got at Goodwill, and usually we would pass something like this up, but
Oh yeah,
it's
I would
sealed.
never buy. Yeah, I would never buy a loose puzzle at Goodwill.
But it's a puzzle,
But it's sealed. Yep.
and
Gargoyles.
it's gargoyles,
Yep.
so I had to have it.
Yes.
It was exciting.
Yeah, so
so
that's
I had
cool.
to get it.
Yeah, we'll frame that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait
And
till we
then-
move on a little
there's
bit.
one more thing.
Yeah, that's one of the most important things.
There's more books here.
Oh, you forgot more books too. Yeah, some more books. These were an early print of The Return of the King.
I think because it's Ace.
So yeah,
Which is weird.
which is Ace. That's I forgot
I've never
publisher it is
seen it.
now. But so Star Trek: The First Adventure, and another old Star Trek one, The Rift. So always adding more Star Trek books. And then your friend here.
My most important addition to our collection, had to buy him. I don't know, he makes me happy. I got plushie. I got
Yeah,
No Face.
No Face.
And he's just so cute. I love him.
Yeah.
He's just, he makes me laugh. I love him.
Sad.
No.
But yeah, so a little bit of everything and just madness, and yeah, we wanted to get this out here because it just kept building up as we were pushing it off. We'll do it next week, next week, and yeah, it's getting out of control. So we're gonna go put all this away. So let us know if you guys have any really cool pickups, lately, and if there's anything here that you're kind of interested in, want a little bit more about. I know face. Let me know below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.